Hi, everyone. It's Marilyn Alori, and welcome to Who Can It Be Now? This is a special meditation that I have for you, and it's Introduction to Productivity. Oh, no, I'm recording the introduction to productivity. I recently got a puppy, and you might hear him a little moaning in the background if he starts up again. So I haven't slept much, and I've been potty training him and doing all the things that you do. And eventually, I'll have him on video so you guys can meet him and see him. So I did this incredible meditation for my program called Next Level Living. And the thing about Next Level Living is that it's a very interesting program where we really learn how to use your instrument, how to use your clairvoyancy, clairaudience, empathic skills, all these different skills that everybody has. And it's whichever one you want to access, and how to use them in everyday decisions. And I'm a very grounded person in how I work with my spirituality and my intuitive gifts. So I find that productivity is really important. I'm very productive. I'm very goal oriented. I use a calendar. And I teach this in my program in Next Level Living. So we did a class in December about it. And I did a meditation. And when I did the meditation, whenever I do meditations, I go in and I kind of just go with my guides and allow them to take me where they're going to take me. And they took me on this incredible journey that I think all of you are going to enjoy. So you're going to be taken on a journey where they really bring you into the present moment and where you are. I don't remember the whole thing because I do channel these meditations. And I just remember coming out of it, being in it and being like, wow, that was really cool. And coming out of it and feeling really good about it and really good about being present in your journey. Because when we set goals, we're always like, in the future and it's not happening, or comparing it to where you are, and that's not what productivity is about setting a goal, surrendering, and then really being in the moment with it. If you want to know more about Next Level Living, I suggest that you check out the page, marilynalori.com/next. I don't think the page does justice right now. I'm recording this on January 18, 2024. And we were just discussing this morning that the page doesn't really do justice to what the program is. And I've heard that from the people in there as well. And we do have a complimentary call on that page if you're interested in learning more. So you can go to that page and you'll see complimentary call and you can go check it out. And I really love this program. I love seeing what's happening and witnessing with people. It's for a lot of people that seem to be between their 50s and 70s who are leaving a career or retiring or wanting to just work in their mission work. And it seems to be attracting that type of clientele. Some are younger than that, obviously. It's made up of healers, psychologists, writers, you name it, they're in there, actors, directors, all those types of people. Teachers, a lot of teachers. Now we're getting a lot of masseuses in there who want to like transform into something greater. Not that a masseuse isn't great. A masseuse is great. They want to take what they know in their massage therapy as well as their healing arts, and they want to bring it into use it differently. So if you're interested, go to marilynlaurie.com/next. And in the meantime, enjoy this meditation. If you like it, please share it with your friends and rate, review, and subscribe to Who Can It Be Now? I'll see you next time. You're going to hear a little music and then you'll go into the meditation. Bye. Hi, everyone. It is Marilyn Aloria, and welcome to the Productivity Meditation. This is going to be a little bit interesting. We're going to see what kind of journey they take you on, but mainly what I feel like they want you to do is to invite productivity in. Invite productivity in to have a relationship with it. I feel like a lot of times what people struggle with is not necessarily productivity, but the belief system that sits underneath it. It's usually a belief system of this isn't going to work. Who am I to think that I can do this? I'm a failure. I'm not very good at organization. Don't give me goals. I don't like goals. Don't give me structure. I don't want to be boxed in. There's all these different stories that we have around it. I don't have to do it that way. I'm going to do it my way. And doing it your way is fine. But knowing what the driving force is that is helping you to move something forward is really important. Because if you're going to do it your way, but you're not doing it at all, is not doing it. Period. End of story. So the first thing that Spirit is dropping into me is when you approach this work, and in this particular meditation, it may be more of a conversation than they take you into something. We'll see what they do. But they want you to think about, where are you lacking in productivity? What belief system do you think is working against you? And then Spirit wants you to use your intuition and maybe go to one of the other meditations and work with your belief system around productivity, around goals, around results, around seeing things through, and work with that meditation in with that particular working on the belief system, on uncovering what you need to uncover. They really want you to invite in seeing things through. What would that mean to you? And they don't want you to think about seeing things through where you're working on something, you're working on a goal, and halfway through working on the goal, it becomes quite clear to you that that isn't what you want to be doing. Because what may happen is while you're working on a goal, is that you recognize and discover that it really isn't your goal in the first place. Maybe that goal was placed inside of you by a parent or a teacher, or something you wanted to do 20 years ago but is no longer exists inside of you today. So the full-on thing that they want you to bring into in this particular little session I'm doing with you right now is full-on consciousness. They want you to be really honest with yourself about productivity, about what it means if you're productive, what it means to see goals through. How much are you living in your truth as you work through the goals? So take a few breaths, and as you breathe through your physical body, and you can close your eyes for this, notice anything that feels restricted or uncomfortable when you think about seeing your goals to fruition. And if there's any area that feels sticky, send your breath to it and just create flow. Don't think like, I've got to work through this, I've got to see for this particular exercise, I've got to see what this is about. Oh, this is about my 5th grade teacher marking up my paper, whatever the stories may be that we have running throughout our system that might be affecting our results and goals. Don't worry about that right now. Instead, use the power of your breath and your intention to create flow from the inside out. So just take a few moments and breathe into your whole physical body and find those sticky places. And if you don't have any sticky places, then continue to work with the power of your breath, creating flow inside your physical being. Now, before we move on, I want you to invite in consciousness around your goals. I want you to invite in whatever you need to know in order to go on this journey towards your goals. And I'm going to say reach them, but also surpass them. Because it's so much more than what you think today is the result you're going for. It's got so much more richness to it than just how it's landing flat in your thinking today. So I want you to just invite in consciousness of the journey towards your goals. And I want you to notice that it's not outside of you, that everything you need for this journey, you already have inside of you. So take some breaths, just becoming conscious to the fact that everything you need for this journey, you have. Notice how you feel. And now before we move forward, think about 1 to 3 goals that you would like to achieve in a year's time. And what I would invite you to do is make them small and big. So if the goal is to organize your finances, that could be small and big, depending on where you're at. If your goal is to organize the closets, let that be a goal. If your goal is to be in romantic partnership, let that be a goal. Whatever the goal is, don't worry so much about, wait, I'm not dreaming big enough, I should do more, this is too small, or maybe this is whatever, whatever consciousness you have around it. Don't worry about it. Just pick 3 goals and put them out in front of you. Do not merge with them, just put them out in front of you. And as you put these goals out in front of you, notice what's happening in your breath and in your physical body as you view them from where you are. So they're out in front of you. You may not be able to see them. Some people can't see clearly. So maybe what you can do is assign them a color or just know which location they're in. Like I have 3 goals in front of me, one to the left of me, one to the right of me, one in the middle. Doesn't matter the placement. I'm not analyzing any of that. They're just in front of me. So just notice that, but notice how you feel inside of you as you become conscious to them. And if you can't see them, you can assign them a color or a word, what they represent. Could be house, finances, anything at all. Just health, whatever it is. Just put that out in front of you now, but stay within your physical being, your mind, your body, your soul as you're doing this. Now, I want you to see the journey to each one. And notice, I want you to see it like a road. And I want you to see a road to each one. And you may just have one, and that's fine. You can work with it. I have 3. You may have 5. Doesn't matter. I said 3, but it doesn't matter. But notice the road to them, and notice if the road is longer, shorter, if they're the same length. Just work with that first, and then I'll take you to the next part. Notice how you feel about the distance. Like one of my goals shocked me. It was closer than I thought, and it doesn't matter. I'm not in my head like, oh my goodness. I'm just like, oh, that was exciting actually to feel that. I thought the other one would be closer because I know when that's happening or whatever. It doesn't matter. I want you to just notice what's happening inside of you. And you notice if disbelief comes in, I can't do this, it's not going to happen, this is bull. Your only work right now is to be conscious of the experience. Conscious from a very deep level of any story that wants to put a kibosh on this, okay? So as you're noticing the roads, the next thing you're going to notice is any type of marks in the road. They could be pebbles, they could be rocks, they could be signposts, they could be arrows. I just want you to take a look at the roads more closely. So the goal is going to, go into the foreground, may go out of focus, but you're looking at the actual road and you're noticing if there's anything on the road that wants to show itself to you. What color is the road? What colors are showing up, or any symbols or signs showing up? Now I want you to invite in productivity. I want productivity to become a guide. And I'm going to have you do something else, but that's the first thing you're going to do. Okay? So you're inviting in productivity and you're allowing productivity step in as a guide. I want you to have this experience without me saying anything and just allow productivity to step in. Productivity may show up as a person, may show up as a color, may just show up as the word, may show up as a energy. It doesn't matter. Your way is the right way, but you're inviting productivity in. And I want you to feel how you feel when productivity steps in. How does it make you feel? How do you feel towards it? What's your relationship to it? Notice what's going on in your emotional experience. Now, productivity is going to sit across from you, and productivity isn't going to tell you about the physical things you need to do, like the tangible things, the tactile things. Productivity instead is going to look at each goal, each road, not so much the goal, and it's going to tell you something about yourself that you may be working on, you may uncover, you may dust off and see inside yourself, or something you may need to obtain. And what I'm looking for here is character traits. So if one of your goals is fear inducing because of past experiences or what people's opinions are about it, you're going to look for, with productivity, something that you have. Maybe it's a story and where you had courage, or maybe it's building courage and something they want you to know that you're going to obtain or create. The whole idea of this is not to have too many guidelines around this, even though I'm talking quite a bit. It's really about your experience. So what character building trait needs to be dusted off, needs to be acknowledged, or needs to be obtained in order to take this road with confidence in each one of these goals? Okay. So now you and productivity are going to have a conversation about the initiating thing that you need right now to see this through. There is some type of belief that may be working against you, or that may need to be ignited even. It doesn't have to be something that we define as negative. You know, oh, I'm a failure, or whatever these stories are that we have sometimes running rampant inside of us. It could be actually a reminder of who you are in a really beautiful way. So just talk with productivity now and ask productivity, who am I today? Or who do I need to become and embrace right at this moment to see this through? And one of the things that Spirit is asking me to reiterate in this meditation, it's not about the results. It's about the journey. Because the results are so much greater and more, they're richer, they're multidimensional, they have so much experience in them than you can possibly understand in this moment in time. And we do ourselves a disservice of all that richness and those experiences and the layers of magic. And I just really wish I could tell you viscerally, or in words, viscerally what I'm experiencing. But I feel like you understand it. And so we're not to concern ourselves. We're supposed to use them as guideposts for the steps that we need to take and the work we need to do on ourselves or what we need to learn. But it's about the journey, being on the journey. So what does this productivity guide want you to know about yourself today that is going to help you to embrace that these aren't made up dreams? These are truths that live inside of you, these goals. And what is it that you need to reveal to yourself in your consciousness to own them as truths and to be committed to the path, even if halfway down the path you choose something bigger and greater or something different? So what is it that you need today? Now what you're going to do is you and productivity are going to pick one of the paths to walk on. So pick the path. And as you enter onto the path, notice what the ground underneath your feet is like. What is the floor, the ground underneath your feet like? Notice what productivity wants to tell you about that ground or that floor underneath your feet. Why is it like that? And why is this important? And with any of my work, you know, you have to use your imagination. You can't say, I don't know, I'm not hearing. Make it up. You have something inside of you that chose that ground for a particular reason. So do that now. And then to the left of this path, there's something that productivity is showing you that's in the distance. What is productivity showing you that's in the distance, and why? And now productivity is showing you something right in front of you. Right in front of you. And it may not make sense why that thing is there. Doesn't matter. Ask productivity why productivity is showing you that thing in front of you. And why is it important right now? And now productivity is showing you something to the right. And I want productivity to explain to you why you're seeing that thing on the right. So the thing on the left is something that's also from your past. It's a past reminder. So whatever you got on the left could be a past reminder, and it also could be something that you need to receive, something feminine, receiving energy. What's right in front of you is something you're going to gain from this experience that you're not expecting. It's something in the present, just staying present and being in the moment and walking the path and not looking around you. And the times that you do that, there's going to be something that you may have not expected that shows up for you. That'll be wonderful. And really, I'm being corrected. If you stay in the present moment and you stay in the present, you will be a little bit surprised at something that comes through that is like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's an incredible solution, or that's an incredible idea. And then the thing to the right is a reminder to not get distracted, to not worry about the future. Is this going to happen? Where am I going? So whatever you saw on the right may be a shiny new object, or it may have been a dark road, or it could be something. Just see how it possibly translates into what you don't need to worry about in the future, or how it could assist you to stay on the path and allow the future to be revealed to you. So I'm going to get quiet now, and you can talk to productivity about what I just said, like how the left thing is related to past experiences or reminding you of something in the past, how the thing in the right in front of you in the road is helping you to stay the course, and how the thing on the right is keeping you from being distracted. And don't worry if you don't get what I said. Just play with productivity now that you have a little more information. Okay. You have more information now than when you started out. So as you walk this road, and you can do this exercise with all the roads, so you can go back and pick up the meditation for each road and do this. What I want you to do now while you're on this road is ask productivity if there's somebody in history, or even somebody who's alive today, who represents something that would be very good for you in terms of maybe reading up on them or watching how they do things or following them on social media. Maybe there's something that productivity wants you, or maybe there's a book they want you to read or a podcast they want you to listen to. See if there's anything that already exists out there that spirit wants you to know and productivity wants you to know, that this is going to be a companion on your journey. This is going to help you. So just take a moment now, and you may not get anything, and that's okay too. So just see what productivity wants to show you. Now you can thank productivity, come back to your physical body, and you can let productivity be your guide. You can ask productivity, is this really helping me move the needle forward? Or if you're getting stuck on something and not doing what you feel you need to be doing, you can jump into a quick meditation with productivity and ask productivity what they think about it or what's holding you back. You can just also play this game again and make it your own. Just be like, all right, productivity, show me this task and show me the road to this task and show me some things on this road to this task as to why I may be tripping myself up. It doesn't have to be the goal. It can be the actual task that you work with productivity on the road towards the task. And you can do different things. You could do the left, the path left, center, and to the right. You could do the ground. You could do symbols on the path. You can have productivity invite someone in on the path to teach you something. It could be anything at all. So just play with that and have fun. And for now, just breathe into your physical body and notice how you feel. And notice if you feel more empowered to walk this journey towards your goals. And notice if you have a little bit of surrender in you, because you're not focused so much on the result. You're more focused on how you are in your being on this path towards this goal. So just take a moment now and notice how you feel. And notice if you feel like you can make this happen, or you can do this, or this is attainable. Notice if you feel empowered or don't feel empowered. That there's never any right or wrongs. There's only information. Okay, and then thank yourself, thank productivity, and enjoy, and really have fun. You can open your eyes. Really have fun with this. Have fun this year, or whenever you're doing this meditation, with your tasks and goals. Take the stress out of it, the whipping of yourself if you don't do something. Instead, let it all present itself to you and let it be information, but also commit to the intention of it and to walking the journey. Don't allow yourself to just sit back and wait for something to happen before you take steps on the journey. And also recognize that everything, if you're working on yourself, you're working on relationships, whatever it is, notice if that's a step on the journey as well, right? Because a lot of times we may be hesitating to do something and take a particular action, but if you're really actively working on your emotional state, psychological state, spiritual state, so long as you're not staying in that place for too long and waiting until you're healed in order to move forward, but you're recognizing this is an active thing that you need to do as you're stepping onto the journey. Recognize that. Just recognize how you're supporting yourself and how you're not supporting yourself. All right, guys, enjoy it. I can't wait to hear how you receive and experience this meditation. Thank you.